Alright everybody, so here we are, and this time I'll be getting that to-do application then that I was working on with. Just a sec, let me connect my mobile so that I have good internet connectivity right now. Of course right now I don't have, so I need to connect it. Alright, it should be fixed right now. Let's continue from here on. So what are we going to focus? That's pretty simple thing, and it should be done not really quick, but with some effort it will be done really soon. Let's open VS Code, and it's not like I have to start from scratch. Yesterday I worked on this a little bit, quite a lot I worked actually. That was the to-do app, this one. So far I have inside source I have my actions, so I have created all the needed actions that were needed. So actions are already created. I haven't tested them, that's another case, but I will be testing them very soon, as soon as the front end gets ready. But this thing is right here, and apart from that particular thing, I have my store I have created. Inside this store I have some of the options like set to do's, add to do's, toggle, remove, and all. So these are the options that I have over here. Then I have even created the types, needed types. I have validation related stuff. I don't have that. Validation related stuff. Okay, I need to validate the data when working with the. Okay, I will validate the data whenever it's needed. Not really right now, but I will definitely use the validation thing too. I have models and all, so most of the things are already done. Let's start working on them one by one and get it done. I'm feeling quite cold too right now, mainly because I just had some food and now I'm shivering. Okay, just a sec. Alrighty then, let's continue from here on and get it done. So the first thing that we need to do, we have page.tsx over here. We don't really need anything from here, so let's remove everything. Export default, and that will be like export default function home, and return a div from here, and it will simply say that home page. Okay, mainly we have to work on the front end side right now because almost backend related stuff is already done. What is the next thing that we want? Overall, we want this application. I have the design for that already. Just gonna be a simple to do application, but the thing is that we are using packages and all. So this is how it's gonna be looking like. And when it comes to this, so ultimately what all do we need to have? First of all, we need to have all the to-dos. We need to have header. Header is gonna be this. So just suppose this is gonna be the what happened? No data. Okay, I think it will be fixed automatically. 0 kbps per second. What the hell? It seems to be okay. I think I'll be back online very soon. I think it's done. Okay. So ultimately, this is the first thing I have, kind of the header section. This is going to be the header. Then this is the form one that I have. Then so header, to do form, to do filter, to do list, and then the footer. So these are the things that I need to have. Ultimately, let's have them directly over here. Not just this home page. Inside this, what all I'll have. First of all, I will have my header. As simple as that, just like this. Okay, just after header I will have a to do form. I'll have, or ultimately create to do form. I'll have this. After create to do form, I will have a to do's filter. I'll have to do's filter the to do's, and after that I'll have my to do's list, and then I'll have my footer. So these are the things that I'm gonna be having mainly. Okay, nothing is created right now, and header, create form, and all these things are gonna be just components only. So let's go to the components, and I already have many of them right here. Let's create them one by one. And the first one is gonna be header. header or I think header component. Let's search online. I hope that is called header element in HTML. Inside header we can have HTML paragraph and all, right? So it does exist. Okay, I just got a bit confused whether it does exist or not, and that is why I had to search there. And then let's go here, header.tsx. Again, I'm using Next.js over here, so I'll have to go with the Next.js way. Export default function, and that's gonna be header, and return header, return a div, and it will simply say header. That's simple. Okay, let's copy this whole thing because I will be pasting it over and over. Apart from the next thing that I need, that is create to do form. So let's create that. Not here, rather here. And next one is gonna be create to do form.tsx. Paste it over here, and I will be replacing with the create to do form. This is also done. Let's go with the next thing. Come on here. Okay, what is the next thing? The next thing is the to do filter. Filter to do filter, and let's create that. Ultimately here, to do filter, filter.tsx. Paste it over here. Let's replace the text, Control D, just name it filter, whatever, so that I am able to recognize that, and that's it. So this is also done. The next thing that I'll have, that is to do list. So let's have the list now. To do list dot tsx, and paste it here. Control D, to do list is gonna be here. And one more thing, that's gonna be the footer.tsx, and let's paste it here. Its name is gonna be footer. I'm feeling too much code sitting here, but can't really do anything. Okay, this much I've done. Let's see how it looks like right now. Let's run the project, ls, and npm run dev. It should start running. Really a lot of code, even if I'm wearing two sweaters at the same time. Still feeling, but never mind, this is not bad. Let's continue. Over here, localhost 3000. I knew this would happen. Google is just doing crazy stuff nowadays. Okay, let's reload it and then see whether it works or not. Oh, I'm feeling cold. How long will it take to compile the thing? It's still compiling. Let it compile. Alrighty, got a here. Right now it is simply saying that you are using use state, but you are not using that. Importing component is better, React is only one kind component. You are importing component needs still. You are importing a component that needs use state. This React hook only works in client component to fix it. Mark it as let's go to what? Let's go to layout right now. And because I'm using query client provider, so I have to make it a what? Users client. something like this. And right now let's reload the page. Now again, metadata you are attempting, which is remove use client. Okay, just a sec. It's simple that if I use client, and if I don't use client, then this is throwing the error. If I use the use client, then something else is throwing the error. That's right. In that case, am I importing use client? Let's check that thing. Yeah, I do have that. In that case, what can I do? I will have to create another query client provider, as simple as that. And this is how I'll have to do that. In order to do that, inside components, I have these are the components that I have. Inside this, I will have some providers as well. So let's create a folder called providers, and inside this provider, I will have a query provider. So query provider.tsx, as simple as that. And then export default function and query provider query client provider. What should I be saying? It should be query provider, query client provider, query client. Just query provider is gonna be enough. Query provider, and this is how it's gonna be like. It will be getting all the children, children. It will be getting all the children, and once it got the children, then I have to wrap everything inside this. So I have to return query client provider. This is the thing that I have to return from here. Most of the things are gonna be copied and pasted from here. So like this much I have to copy and paste over here. And not only that, I have to get my client too. So let's get this client from here, Control X, and paste it here. And once this thing is done, use state, I need to import client, I need to import. This thing is done, query client provider, I need to import. And this is gonna be query client provider only. So let's do one thing. Will this be problematic? Function query client provider, because I'm exporting it from here. As for the children, let's give them the type children. Children will have type React node, as simple as that. And query client provider, done. Okay, as for this client, okay, query client context, I don't need that. As for this thing, this name is the problem right now, so let's remove the client from here. Query provider, that is fine. Ultimately the names cannot be the same, so this is what I have over here. And once I have it, after that I can go to my layout, and inside this layout I will be using my query provider directly over here. So query provider is something that I want to use, that will be exported and imported here, and it will be just like this. So I have my query provider like wrapping the children, and once it is wrapping the children, then I can just simply remove this much from here. So let's get rid of this, and let's try to have a look at that. It is giving me another error. Use state from what? I have to use query inside, use client inside this particular file, because this is gonna be for client. So use client, it's gonna be like this. And let's try this thing out again. And new error, header, it is simply saying that header is not defined. Let's do one thing, let's go to the layout. Mainly let's go to the page over here, and let's import header. Let's import create to do form. Let's import to do filter. I have one time imported that. To do filter. It's just filter, right? To do filter, as simple as that. Let's do one thing, let's import it again. Done. To do list, done. And lastly I have my footer over here. This is also done. So right now I have imported everything over here. Let's check them. So they are there. The next thing is that I don't want them like this, rather I already have the this is the design for it. First of all, they should be in the middle, and I need to give them the width as well. Width is gonna be around 5 pixel or something. So for that thing, class name and minimum width or width, first of all, minimum width is gonna be 5 pixel around, and mx is gonna be auto, and shadow is gonna be medium, and let's see how it's gonna be looking like. Okay, so this is the result that I have, and minimum width I have given it. Height it should be screen itself. As for the height, minimum height again, so minimum height is gonna be screen, and not only that, I'll be making it a container, and when it is a container df is gonna be 6 around all the time. Minimum width is this and mx auto should be fine. Well, this is how I'm getting it. That is the magic of the container, not this. So let's do one thing. If I remove this container from here, if I remove this padding from here, why am I not getting it in the middle? It turns out that I'm not getting it in the middle yet. Okay, interesting. Minimum height, minimum width max, max width, just like this. Let's try this thing right now, and turns out that now I'm getting it in the middle. And what is the next thing that I can do? Next thing, let's simply start working on them one by one, as simple as that. So let's keep it on the left side, let's keep it on the right side, and start working on the things. Simple. So first one is what? First one is this Todo app. So let's go to header. Inside my header, I will have my h1, I'll have my Todo app, and I think unknowingly I've used h1 at many places. I have to check that. H1 Todo app, and then I have a paragraph inside this, and that will be built with Next.js, zoo stand. Again, these are the technologies that I will be using. Zoo stand, tans, tag query, and Zod and Mongoose. These are the technologies that I'm using over here. Mongoose. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and let's give it some design, good design and all, and then I will be going ahead. Even before that, I can come here, and I can say that you will be having padding y is gonna be 5 around, so that, or maybe 10. It's a little below, and let's give it at around. That should be fine. I can go to my header again, and not only that, if when it comes to the text at least should be in the center by default, and this is how it's looking like. How about that? Not only text. If I go here, I don't need to keep everything in the center by default. Let's remove it. Remove this part from here. Let's go to header, and inside header I'll have everything in the center. So class name text is gonna be equals to center, and let's have a look at that. So everything inside that, that's in the center. And not only that, inside my page over here, I'll give them space y. So space y is going to be around 5 or something. It's just like that. Fine. Then let's go to the header, and inside this I'll give them the space as well. So space y is gonna be, let's give it 3 or something. This is how it's gonna be looking like right now. As for the bold and all, so class name text is going to be 4XL, font is going to be bold. Again, I'm just simply guessing the things. Alrighty, Todo app, this much. And as for this thing, because I'm using a Shahed CN over here, so I will have something called text muted foreground, and I'm using Shahed CN. That is why I'm getting this particular property. I wanted to check one more thing, that is BZ muted. Let's see how does that look like? It looks like that. Okay, so I don't want busy muted, but I definitely want my text muted. So text is gonna be like that. And once this thing is done, then that's it. I can just move to the next one. So header is done almost. Now the next thing that I have to go with, that is create to do form. So ultimately I have to create a form for myself. And as for the form, this is how the form is going to be looking like. But not only that, when it comes to the form, so there are gonna be two things. First one is gonna be this add to do button. If first of all, this is going to be visible by default, and then once I click on this, then this form will be visible, as simple as that. So ultimately inside this particular thing, I'll have a button. I'll have two divs, not even two divs. I'll have a button, and the button is going to be what? Add a new to do, add new to do, and just below that button I will have another div, and inside that div I will have my form. So when it comes to the form, I'll have card. That is definitely a card. And okay, so this card will come from where? First of all, let's do one thing. I will have a card just like this, and it will come from Shahed itself. And not only that, when it comes to this button, so I will even be getting this button from Shahed button, UI button. I'm using the components from the Shahed. And once this thing is done, then I'll have my title over here. So card header mainly. So card header is gonna be over here. Card header will have card title. So let's give it card title. Card title is gonna be create new to do. This thing is done. And after card title, I will have my card content. So card content just like this. And when it comes to the card content, inside that I'll have my input, and this is how it's gonna be going ahead. In that case, alrighty, let's do that. So first of all is the label that I have. Label is gonna be title here, and after this label, and it will say that title asterisk in the sense that's important. And then I have my input, and input again. All these things are gonna be coming from Shahed itself. So label, I hope that does exist. Label from UI label, again gonna be importing from the Shahed. And over here this input will also come from Shahed, so that it has default style and all. I don't wanna edit lots of things on my own, and that is why I'm using this, as simple as that. So title, and this label, fine. And I can give it placeholder. Placeholder is gonna be enter to do title, and that's it for now. I'll check. I'll add more things later on. Let's wrap it inside a div first of all, just like this, so that I can have another one too, just below it. This is gonna be for the title. Okay, this is going to be for the description. Again, the description is going to be optional. So description, that's gonna be optional over here. Hello भाई, किधर से हो? Reply. I am from Madhya Pradesh, Satna state. Near my here, I must say. ये हो गया. Then after that, I will have my text area, of course. So let's use text area over here. Text area, again that will be imported from Shahed itself. I will not have type over here. And as for this, name is going to be title. Name is title. I don't need to have my name over here, that is for sure, but I definitely need to have ID over here. ID is gonna be title. Similarly over here, I have my ID, and this is gonna be description. Description. Just a second, I'm getting a call. Alrighty, let's continue from here on. Just got a call, like the important one, so I have to pick that up, and from here description is gonna be this, and not only that, to do inter title, inter description, and that's gonna be optional description, and that's gonna be optional over here, optional, just like this, option Tion optional. Okay, so this thing is done. What is the next thing? Option is gonna be here, that I can just enter just like that, and that is it. Don't really need to have anything else. One more thing I can say, I will be changing the thing later on, not a big problem. After this thing I will have my priority related stuff, so priority, and over here again I will have my label. So let's copy and paste the things again, Control C and Control V over here, and the label is gonna be this time priority, and it's going to be saying priority. Again, this is important, that means again that will be automatically set, so I don't need to worry about that. As for this, I will not be using text area over here, rather I will be using select. So select, again this will come from UI only, like a shared CN UI. Inside this I will have items, I think select items, select item, this will come again from there, just like this. I will have high, I have medium, and I have low over here, and not only that, as for the values I have to give them the values too. So value is going to be high, not height, just high, and then medium, and then low over here. I may have to go to Shahed CN website and have a look at it in order to get the better idea. So let's open Shahed CN website, because so far I've been just doing it on my own. So it's better to simply have a look at the components, and this time I will be having the selector. So do I have the select over here? I have select over here. Let's click on this, and exactly this is what I wanted. So let's see how it's done over here. So I have selected trigger, and that will be select fruit. That's okay, and I think that is the only thing that's visible over there. That's great, and this is how I'm going. How about just simply copying the whole thing from here? This particular thing, select demo, right? So how about, let's not copy and paste everything. I even have select group there. First of all, this is going to be visible, select value, I mean select a trigger, and after that select fruits. Why am I getting messages? Select fruits is gonna be label. So first of all, this is the label that I have, then these are the things. So let's go with this. First of all I will have select a trigger, and then I will get the remaining things done. So just here under selector I will have select, and then I will have something called select trigger. So let's even keep it side by side. That simply means I can keep it here, and just like this. Then let's have that. So just under select I will have select trigger, select trigger, just like this. Inside select trigger I will have select value. So select value, just like this, and inside that value I will have just my placeholder. So let's just have that, just like this, and inside this I'll have my placeholder is gonna be select priority, just like this, select priority. Okay, so this thing is also done, and after that I have my select group just below that. So let's create a select group here, select group, and inside the selected group I will have all the selected items. So let's cut them from here and paste them here. And not only that, I will have even my label. So select label, just like this, and as for the select label I will have fruits, not fruits actually, priority over here. That is it. I have already given them the value and all. So let's see how it looks like. Overall I've done it over here, and once this thing is done, let's have a look at the result, how it looks like. Many things are missing. Select item, what is select item must be used within select content. Don't I have select content over here? Let's check that thing out. Select content, so select group should be inside select content. So let's do one thing, this needs to be wrapped inside select content. Just enter, and I have to import select content. So let's import it, and this is how it's gonna be done. Let's check the result out. This is how it looks right now. Form is really bad. Sorry. Never expected this thing to be like this, but never mind, I'll fix it. So it is like this. First of all, let's give it some as for the width, let's go here, let's make it 4xl and try this thing out. It is like this. That's great. I am gonna be giving it some padding as well, padding x. So this particular thing will have some padding x. Padding x is gonna be around 5 or something, and now it looks like this. Things are so close to each other, that's okay, I will be getting it done. And then even priority doesn't look good, so I will be fixing it. So there's a lot to fix, but never mind, I will be working on that. I'm gonna be taking a break for 3 minutes, just for 3 minutes. There's something important that I need to get done, and then just I'll be back, and then I'll continue from here on. So it's just gonna be like that. I'll be back just within 3 minutes. Hi. Welcome back and let's continue. Okay. Alrighty, I should just continue from here on. And few things that need to be done over here. First of all, there should be more space between them. That simply means that this is space y should be around 8 or something. This is how it looks like. Apart from this thing, let's go to create to do form, and over here class name actually, not cm, class name, and that's gonna be space y and 5. That will actually become, no, that's not bad actually. 6, let's give it 5 is good enough. So this thing is here, and after that I have my, as for this button, first of all let's do one thing. When it comes to this button, class name, and width is gonna be 3 XL around. How is this looking like? Width is gonna be 50%, not even 50%, 90%. Come on, 90%. Okay, and it looks like this. Let's give it some fixed width right now. Width is gonna be around 40. It's too less. How about 80? Just double of that. MX is gonna be auto. It does not work. MX is gonna be auto. Well, this will definitely not work. So I can do one thing, that it will be flex column, and that is it. Once it is flex column, it will automatically be in the middle, or what? MX auto works in that way. Right now, yeah, MX auto works in this way. So MX is gonna be auto. So it is in the middle, and once it is in the middle, I can just simply click on that. One more thing, cursor is gonna be pointer, so that at least I can click on that. I mean, that looks like clickable. And apart from that particular thing, over here I have my card, and once I have my card, it looks like this. Really bad. And what I can do, that this card title that I have, that is already bold by default, and then I have card content. Inside this I have this title is good, but how about the space? So class name space y is gonna be 3, too much actually, 2. So this much is the space, or maybe 1. Okay, let's make it 2. There should definitely be some space. Class name, control C, V and V. So this is how it looks right now. And not only that, when it comes to this card content, not that, card content, not this is the card content that I have. And let's give it some style as well. So class name space y is gonna be maybe 4, so that it looks like this. 5, let's make it 3. 4 is better. And not only that, after that I have these things. That's fine. I have this priority, and there is no style in that. That's bad, really bad. That simply means, in order to give it this style, I can go back here, and there is no style given here. Crazy. Pineapple. Okay, here. Select is here. Width 180 pixel. That's fine. Class name that I'm giving. And apart from that particular thing, select the label is here, and that is it. But there is no style as such by default, or what? No, I'm getting the style by default, right? Why I'm not getting in that? the same thing in my case. That is something I need to think about. Let's have a look here. I do not have selector. Where am I getting the selector from? I'm getting the selector from UI select and select item from there, and then remaining things from React select Redux UI. I'm getting them from the wrong places if I'm not wrong. I have to get them from the UI itself. Let's have a look at that. Add that components UI select. Let's try one thing, that all these things that I'm getting, React trigger, I have to get it from here. The import was wrong, sorry for that, and this thing needs to be imported from there too. And then select content. That is why I wasn't getting the design and all by default. Group is gonna be from UI select. Label is gonna be from UI select, just from here. And now let's have a look at the result. So the result looks like this, and that's what I wanted actually since the beginning. So I have my description over here, I have my to-do over here to enter, and then I have my description. I can enter, I have the priority to select, I can select the priority, and that is it. And once I have selected that, what is the next thing? Even there, it's like that's clickable. And once that is done, and as for this thing, I can just move it below and top. That's okay, that's my choice. But overall, this is it. What else can I have over here? The next thing that I should actually have, that is the button. That's gonna be create to do button and cancel button. So let's even have that. So just after card content, because this thing that I have over here, card, right? So this card is actually gonna be inside a form. First of all, this, okay, and inside this form I will have this card. Great. Control X and paste it over here. And this card has the title, that is fine. Or better, I'll just have a div over here. Okay, and as for the form, that form is gonna be only for these things. So card content, inside this I will have my form. So let's cut everything from here. Card content, inside card content I will have my form. Forget about the action right now, not really worried about that. I will just have my form inside this, and I'll paste everything inside this. As for this class name, I will be giving this class name to the form only, so that that's applied to all the children. And let's have a look at the result. So it still looks the same, right? Don't really need to worry about that. After that, once this is done, because this is your form right now, I can have different buttons inside this. So priority section is done, and just inside this I will have two buttons. Button, just like this, I'll actually have two buttons over here. First button will say submit, no, create, to do and cancel. These are gonna be the buttons. So first one is gonna be create to do. Second one is gonna be cancel button, cancel. But the thing is that right now they needs to be wrapped inside a div first of all. So let's wrap them inside a div, just like this. Once they are wrapped, then I can say class name flex, and gonna be gap is gonna be around 5. It's actually gonna be looking like this. Not only that, I'll give it a variant over here. Variant. First one's variant is gonna be what? Default only. Not really worried about anything. That is already default. So even if I give it or not, that doesn't really make any sense over here. But in the second one, I definitely need to give it a variant. So variant, the second one's variant is gonna be outlined, just like this. And right now it looks like this. If I click on this, it will be like this. If I click on this, it will be like this. One more thing, I'm gonna be giving them some class. So class name is gonna be cursor pointer first of all. So if I hover over them, they look like this right now. And same here as well, like this pointer that I have. If I click on this, it should be looking like a cursor, but that does not look like that anymore. So what I can do, that this is the select that I have, right? If I click on this priority, let's give it a ID as well. ID is gonna be, come on, ID is going to be priority. That simply means, is this okay? What does this mean? ID does not exist on intrinsic attributes. If I click on this, it is selected. If I click on this, it is. If I click on description, description is not even selected. So HTML4, I haven't given it the ID. ID is going to be description. Having said that, the spelling should be right. And if I click on this particular label, it is selected. Same I want here. So what is the problem? ID does not exist on time is okay, is not assignable. So where should I put this ID? Select the content. This should be the one actually where I should be putting it. This should be the right place, that is for sure, because if I don't keep it there, so can I keep it here? Select content. If I click on this, nothing happens, as simple as that. Select it, priority. How about cutting it from here and keeping it here? Will it work? No, nothing works as such. Let's get rid of this, not really needed. If I click on this, it gets selected. If I click on the title gets selected. But when it comes to the priority, I'll figure it out. Let's figure it out right now. Comment. Over here, where should I use the ID? Let's check this thing out. Put the ID on the actual focus trigger element. Select the trigger. So what should happen in that case? Put the ID on the actual focusable trigger element. Select the trigger and point your labels HTML4 to the same select ID itself, not active select. So label needs to target that select button instead. Select ID priority. That's clear. And this is how it's gonna be going on, right? Let's try this thing out. Apart from this particular thing, there's really nothing. So ID is gonna be priority. Let's check whether it gets selected or not. I'm not really sure that it will work, but yeah, it does not. No, it does. Yeah, it does work. Even if you click on priority, it gets selected. So either you click here, you get the options, or you click on the priority, you still get the options, like this priority thing. Come on, it's been working so far. It's not working suddenly. Let's click on this. Alrighty, now it works. Great job. Okay, by the way, it's right, it's working great. Let's get rid of this. And apart from this particular thing, I have these buttons over here: cancel button, create to do button, and that's what I want. One more thing is that I'll have on click event over here, and the first one will say like handle create to do, as simple as that. Second one will say handle cancel, handle create to do. Let's handle both of them using the methods over here. So content is here. Inside the content I have my form. Inside my form I have different divs over here. So these are the divs that I have, and these are the methods that I actually created. So over here I will be having them. const handle cancel, and that's gonna be like this. And I'll have one more function, const handle create to do, and it will be like this. So ultimately I have these options over here. That simply means I should not be getting the error, but I am getting the error. Create to do form, page 11 number line. Page.tsx, let's go to the page.tsx, line number 11, create to do form. Over here I'm getting the error. What is the problem? The problem is simple, that this should be I use client page, and now I should not be getting that error. Okay, right now it is fine. So this much I've created so far, and apart from this particular thing, I have to create the filters and I have to create my to-do list, and then I will start working on the functionality part. Right now I'm just simply working on the design part. Functionality is nowhere even close to this, but okay. Let's go to the layout, query provider, okay, page. Let's work on the filter over here. And when it comes to the filter, so it is pretty simple. I have just this much only. So inside filter, it turns out that I'll have two divs inside this, and inside the first div I'll have 3 buttons, and again all those buttons are going to be imported from UI button, and first one will say all, second one will say active, and third one will say completed. Okay, these are the buttons that I've got. Not only that, first of all, it itself the top level div is going to be a card over here, and once I have that, then I have these buttons. Once I have these buttons, I'll have another div. Come on here, I'll have another div, and that div will have 2 paragraphs inside itself, 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph. Let's give it 2 paragraphs. It will say 2 active. Again, that is just an example, so don't worry about that. And another one will say 1 completed. That is just an example, I'll be fixing it. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. And when it comes to the class name, first of all, this class name itself, let's see how it looks like. It looks like this right now. What I can do next, the next thing can be that this class name will have some padding x. So class name, let's give it some class. px is gonna be around 5 or something. So it's gonna be like that. Not only that, when it comes to this class name buttons, so they'll have flex, and the gap is gonna be around 3 among them, or maybe 4. So they are gonna be looking like this. Not only that, when it comes to these buttons, I will be giving the variant to all of them. So variant is gonna be, that will be given conditionally, but let's give them default, and 2 of them will have outline. Later I will be giving the variant like conditionally. Not only that, I have to give them the classes and all. So class name is gonna be cursor, and that's gonna be pointer. So this is how it's gonna be going on, and ultimately this is working fine. And as for this thing, let's make it flex first of all. So flex, and after I made it flex, what is the next thing is justify is going to be between, so that they are in the ends, at the ends, whatever. And let's make it flex 2. Why is that not moving? I'm not sure, but okay, this is how it looks looking right now. The question is that this is the first div, this is the second div. I made it flex, that means it should go here, but it is not. BG red 300, it has the full width. Flex row. Now it is working. Why didn't the flex work directly? Really? It turns out that I'll have to give flex row. By default, when we use flex, it takes the row by default, and maybe in this case it is taking column for some reason, never mind. So it looks like this right now. So this much I've done. As for this thing, I will be giving it justify between, that's great. Items are gonna be center so that they are in the middle, just like this. Not only that, this particular section will take text muted foreground. So this is how it's gonna be looking like, and that's what I want, and this is how it looked like, right? Okay, I have to give it some this kind of color. So okay, I will be doing that. And to active completed. How about if I just give it muted? How will it look like? It looks so dark. Foreground, like not so dark. So what? Does not look bold anymore. Ultimately, it's not visible at all. That's what I meant. And not only that, inside this, not inside that. Over here, I'll have a span, and that span will have one, suppose just initially, and this one looks like this. I have to even give it some design and all. So let's go to Shahed CN right now, and let's have a look at the components, because I want something called badge over here, and when it comes to those badges, so I will directly be using this badge, and let's see how it looks like. So I want to use a badge. I can give it the variant as well. Variant is gonna be secondary, destructive, outline, and many more. I want to have this first one, and I can have that with the help of the just badge only, and then I can set the width and height, depends on me. Okay, let's do that. So I will not have these spans, let's get rid of them. Rather, I will have badge component from UI badge, and once I have that, let's see how it looks like. So it is looking like this. What I want that by default it does not look like that, but it is looking like that here. So I can give it a secondary, looks like this. How many variants do I have? Let's even check the variants over here. Maybe somewhere here I can provide the variants. The variant is gonna be equals to what? Default, destructive, outline, secondary. How about giving it default? How will it look like? Default is crazy. Okay, like the dark color. And how about giving it a outline? That's bad. How about giving it destructive? Destructive will be red, yeah. How about giving it what? Secondary. Well, secondary is something that I needed. Okay, let's continue with this. So I'm gonna be going with the secondary one, and let's give them different numbers over here so that I can check whether it looks great in different numbers or not. 1 2 3. Let's give it 12. Let's see what happens. And just here it looks pretty much good. I'm not worried about this thing. Okay, what is the next thing that I can do? The next thing is this, that this is not quite responsive, so I will have to make it responsive. Okay, I will be working on that. And not only that, let's talk about the to-do list. How will I make my to-do look like? So over here, when it comes to the to-dos, I will have this kind of structure over here, or style, whatever you call it, or layout. Let's go to the to-do list. Inside my to-do list, what all I'll have? Inside my to-do list, first of all, I'll have three things. I'll have a check mark. I'll have a first of all, I'll have a card. Then I'll have my check mark. Then I'll have my content, and then I'll have my delete. Okay, so this itself is going to be a card. First of all, this inside this card, I will have just simply card content. I know I won't have any header and all. I'll have just directly my card content, and inside this card content I'll have a checkbox this checkbox will come from UI checkbox only. So this thing is done. Not only that, then I will have what should I be doing? Card content, and then I have a div, and that div will contain to do content that will mainly contain the title. Let's do one thing. So I have my card content inside this, then I have this, and lastly I have delete button. So I have a button over here. I have a div. Inside that it will be having something delete icon. Delete icon from Lucid React, something like this. And let's see how it looks like right now. FDS. So this is how it looks like. As for this delete icon, I don't really need this one. Rather, I need just delete from Lucid icon, and how it looks like right now. Come on, I'll reload it. Maybe I need something like trash. I hope that's available. Yeah, that is. Okay, trash 2. How does that look like? Okay, so this is what I wanted, and as for the remaining things, I will be getting them done soon. As for this text checkbox, let it be here. Okay, what else? Inside this, I have my header. So let's have the header. That's simply gonna be title. So div. Okay, let's do it. New Todo. This is gonna be the title. I will be giving it the badge as well, and that badge will be getting. Let's give it some badge. BADGE badge. It will have its own style and all, but let's give it medium for now. Text is gonna be medium, and as for the style and all, I will be giving it separately, giving it later. So badge, it will be coming from UI Lucid. It will be coming from where? Just a sec. It came from where? Just a minute. From UI, right? That is right. And what is the next thing that I can do? Next thing is something description. So let's have a description over here, and this is gonna be optional description, just like this. And then I'll have my date over here. So for date, I'll have my calendar. So calendar from UI calendar or Lucid React. It will be from Lucid React only. And once I have my calendar, I will have a paragraph, whatever you call that. It will simply say created in the 28/12/2025. This is the date that I will be having. Overall, these are the things that are gonna be like now, and that's it, nothing else. Let's design it a bit better, and then we'll continue from here on. Right now it looks terrible, that is right, but we can make it better. How can we make it better? That is the question, but okay, we will do that. Over here, when it comes to this card, first of all, everything inside the card, that means class name is gonna be flex first of all, and let's give it flex row because flex does not work by default. So this is how it's gonna be looking like, and space is going to be not space like that. This much is fine. And as for this thing, class content, let's give it flex 1, so it will be like that. Not only that, I will be giving it some padding. px is gonna be like 3 or something, so it will be looking like that. And this is the title that I have, so I'll be giving it some class name. Text is gonna be large, font is gonna be semi bold around. Let's see how it looks like. And how about that directly making it bold? Not even bad. And not only that, the next thing is that I can even make it I can make this particular section flex and items are gonna be center, just like this. Gap is going to be around 3 or something. It will be like this. Great. What is the next thing? The next thing is the description that I have over here, but even before that, all the things are gonna be taking some gap and all. So gap 2 doesn't work, gap 3, 5, well, gap is not it doesn't seem to have any effect over here. Gap, because I haven't made it flex. So flex column, and now if I gap 5, give it gap 5, then now it is visible, but I don't want to have flex over here. Let's give it a space y, that should be enough. So space y is gonna be 3. This much is enough. And as for this description, let's give it some text color. So text is gonna be muted foreground. This is how it's gonna be looking like. As for this date div, so let's make it flex, and I should be, it's going to be fine. And the gap is gonna be around 3 or something. It's looking like this. Not only that, let's have a look at that, how it's looking like. I need to make the icon smaller, so this icon will be smaller. So size is gonna be what? Small. Will it work like this? Nope. Trash. Bad. Size is gonna be just like 10. Too bad. 20. This is how it looks like. That's fine. And as for the size of this calendar, it's gonna be around 10. That's so small. 15, maybe 16. This is quite good. What is the next thing that I want to do over here when it comes to that particular calendar? I wanna give it a text foreground only. Text muted foreground. So let's do that. Over here in this particular section, text muted foreground. It looks like that. Not only that, let's make it flex, and that is already a flex, by the way. Items are gonna be center, just like this, and that is what I wanted. Overall things are right. Okay. This is how it looks like right now. And one more thing, over here, this is the section that I have. I will give it items start. Now if I give it items center, then what will happen? Things are gonna be in the center, right? Yeah. So I will give it items start only, and then things will be at the beginning. And quite good, not that bad actually. How about top, bottom? It does not work. Items, what? How many options do I have? Items baseline. I think this is what I needed. Baseline. Okay. What is the next thing that I can do? Once this thing is done, I have to give it different color and all. That's okay. That will be done later. And I can have different cards over here. So even for having different cards, let's make it flex. Flex is gonna be column, and the gap is gonna be around 5 or something. Let's try to duplicate these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And turns out that yes, it is working as expected. Anything else that I want to change here? Nothing as such right now. Later I will be changing the color of this badge conditionally, and that is it. Good job. So let's get rid of this now. Overall things are great. Let's remove the extra cards that I had. Just one of them I will have. And now it's time to start working on the logic part. So far it's been just about design, and that's okay, good. One more thing, that if the size is small, okay, in that case I'm getting the things like this. On bigger sizes things are like this, that's fine. But when the size is small, at that time I am gonna make it flex column. That simply means that first of all, let's remove some things from here. Is this fine? Yeah. What I want over here, that's pretty simple, and that is, let's go to the filter. There is that to-dos filter, and in small screen I want to make it flex. Okay, in small, by default it will be flex row, but mainly in the medium screen just like this, and otherwise it will be in small screen it will be flex column. That is already like that. I will be even making it. Not only that, in small screen it will be flex column. If I want to have it in the beginning, items start, right? So items are gonna be start when it comes to the medium small screen, and items will be in the center in the middle screen and all, just like this. So this is how it's gonna be looking like, two active and all, and this is how I can just simply switch between them, and this will be working the way I want it to work. Alright, so that is what I wanted. Remaining things are okay. If I go to the larger screen, then it switches, right? Alrighty, that's fine. What is the next thing that I can do? The next thing is that start working on the functionality part. That means let's work on adding the to-dos first of all, then I will start working on the remaining things. So first part is going to be this. Okay, let's close everything. Control Shift K, whatever, and this time I gotta go to my source, and it's time to work on this particular part. That means simply go to app, inside app page.tsx. Inside this I have to go to create form, create to do form, and let's work on the functionality part of it. So first thing is that this add new to do, by default this will be visible. What happened? And once I click on this add new to do, then this form should be visible. Okay, const is adding, set is adding, and that's gonna be use state, and by default that's gonna be false. Okay, I'm not adding right now. So if I'm not adding, at that time I have to show this button, Control X, and is adding. Once I'm adding, then I have to show something, otherwise I have to show something. If I'm not adding, at that time I have to show this thing. If I'm actually adding, in that case I have to show this particular div, cut from here and paste it here. Well, this is how it's gonna be going on. Many things are here, I get that, but ultimately if I'm adding, then I'm showing this form, otherwise I'm showing this particular button. If I click on this button, I want to make it true. So const on click first of all over here, and I'll have a function. Let's not have any function, let's simply set it over here. Set is adding, and that's gonna be true, as simple as that. So if as soon as I click on this button, the form appears, and as soon as I create to do, click create to do or cancel, that should disappear from here. So when it comes to this cancel thing, so what I can do, set is adding will be false here. So right now if I click on this cancel, it gets cancelled. If I click on add to do, it simply appears over here. I can cancel it again. Not only that, I can just make some of the values required. So inside the form that I have, this is the form, right? That is there, right? So what I can do, this is amazing, but this form is not good. So I will be creating another component for it. So form.tsx and export default. I want to have it separately. So export a default function and form. It will be like this. Form from here. So let's go here. This is the form that I have. I'll cut my form from here, like this much part, cut it from here, and I'm gonna be pasting everything inside this. Paste it. I will be importing the remaining things, and I will get my form over here from form, as simple as that. So by the way, even why do I need to get it from form? I'm using Next.js, so form will be coming from, okay, let's forget about this. Let's go to this one first of all, and let's import all the remaining needed stuff. And for that thing I can go here and I can just cut it all, Control X, and paste it here. This should be fine. This way I won't have to import them one by one. Form, get rid of this thing, text area, everything seems to be fine. Handle create to do, handle cancel, these two things I need to have. I need to even have button, so let's have button. By the way, come on, I need to have button. This should come from UI button, that's fine. And these two functions I need to have, so let's cut these functions from here. And alrighty, let's cut it. And over here, let's paste them here at the top. Okay, things are simple. As for this set is adding, okay. Oh, I wanna send one more thing over here, set it as in, because I will be adding the things as well. Like I will be adding set is adding false. Okay, in that case, set is adding dispatch. This is gonna be the type for that. And set state action, and then boolean, as simple as that. Once I got it, I'm not gonna be getting any error over here. And as for this one, inside my card content, I will be using form. From where? You know what? If I'm using, that is for sure, I'm using my components. And whenever I'm importing something in my pages, I'm importing using this @ thing. And because I'm already inside the components, okay, dot notation is gonna be even better over there, not a problem. So I can go to my, but I'm inside my pages, not pages. I'm inside my create to do form. Over here I have to get my form. Okay. This form will be asking a parameter, not parameter, a parameter. Both of them are the same. Rather, it will be asking for a prop, not even parameter. So it will require a prop, and that prop is going to be set is adding, and that's gonna be equals to set is adding only. So this much I've done over here. If I click on this is visual. If I click on cancel, that gets removed. As simple as that. So far so good. What is the next thing that I can do? Even right now I don't have a lot of content in my create to do form. Okay, and just give me a second, I'll be back. Alrighty, I hope I'm audible right now. Let's continue from here on. Why is this showing like that? Never mind. So this much I've done. What is the next thing? As soon as I click on this, I have to enter the values over here. I have to select the priority and all, and then I have to submit it. Great job. What is the next thing that I can do? First of all, let's make them required. Required in the sense, I'm gonna be using React query. 10 stack. 10 stack React query over here, and let's see how it works. So that is why I was saying that it is not a beginner, like a beginner level to do project. It has many things inside this. Start, getting started, and overview, getting started, click start. First of all, I will have to install 10 stack. So npm create at the 10 stack start. Not really, I have to just simply install that. And I think I already have 10 stack in my project if I'm not wrong. Let's try that thing out. Do I have 10 stack here? Turns out I do not have that. Okay, that means I will have to start install that. If I want to install that, in that case, overview. Okay, how can I install it? Crazy. Frameworks. Okay, I will be using what? React. I'm not quite using React, I'm using Next.js. But how can I import that? Install that. npm install 10 stack react start and 10 stack react router. Okay. But I think this is gonna be okay for me right now. Quick start. I'm just simply creating it from here. So ultimately this is gonna be the one that I need. And overview, maybe not overview, build from scratch. And this time I have to import this from here. Let's import it, like install it, and then see. I hope I do not have that. 10 stack. Turns out I have 10 stack react query, but by importing react start and all. Just a sec. So react query, react start. I don't even have react query. Then how will it work? Maybe this is the wrong website. I mean, come on, this is react start or something. 10 stack react query, react start, 10 stack. That's the right one, but I'm not getting react query. 10 stack query configuration download server instance. I think this should be the link that I should be clicking on, but let's figure it out. Why is this taking time? Alrighty, right now I have good network connectivity and I should be able to just go through it. So 10 stack high quality open source web dev. Okay, how can I just go ahead with this? Start a router query. Okay, so there are many things here like a router query, table, db and all. I have to go with the react query and all. Don't know, I haven't even explored it well. So over here I will be using react query, and I need to use react query for what? I need to use react query for client side. Use query function and all. This is not something I want. I want something else. Come on, this is the 10 stack query that I'm using, and here, and not only use query, I'm using use mutation too. So I have already used it. The thing that I have to search right now, that is gonna be use form, npm and all. React hook form, I think this is the one that I need. Inside this I have to get a react hook form, and then I will be getting my, from use form I will be getting register, handle, submit, watch and form state. Once I got them, I can just simply continue from here on. Okay, let's say like download this one, and for downloading it I can click on quick start, and this is the download command for it. So let's simply download it first of all. The thing is that right now I'm suffering from sneeze, so it's too hard for me to speak, but I'm still speaking. Not a problem. And the next thing I can do, I can just simply run it from here. So npm run dev, and after that I can go ahead with the documentation. So what is the first thing that I need to do? Inside this form that I have, this particular one, inside this form I have these functions, that's great, but I need to have something else, and that is this. This time I will be having use form, and from this I will be getting register, handle, submit, watch, and form state. These are the things that I will be getting. So okay, not like this, rather just at the top over here, const, I will be getting many options from it, and I will have something called use form, and just like this. And this use form will take anything. I don't think it, I think I will have to give it something, some values. Right now it is taking nothing, but it's okay if it is taking nothing, so I will not even do anything. Watch input value by passing the name of it. Watch input value by passing the name of it. I can watch that particular value. Okay, let's go ahead. I would need registers, I need actually all of them, so let's copy it all. What is the problem here? You are offline. I cannot be. Just a sec, I seem to be offline here. Yeah, hotspot was not on. Okay, let's reload the page right now. Alrighty, came back. I didn't really know. My laptop hasn't been getting any network recently. I hope the live did not end right now. Reload the page. Just a sec. Let me fix the things. Alrighty, suddenly my network, like my laptop got disconnected from the network, and then I had no idea about it, but okay, never mind. Let's click on, I will get register from here, I will get handle, submit from here, I will get watch from here, I will get error from here. Not only error, I will be getting something called form state, and then inside that I will be getting errors, form state, and inside that I'll be getting errors, as simple as that. So I'm getting these options from here, and then from form state I'm actually getting my errors, the error.example and all. I can just simply go ahead with this. So yeah, why not? Let's go with this way. What is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is pretty simple, that first of all I have to create the inputs values, like what kind of input it will be getting. Great, so let's even do that. I have to create the type for it. Type is gonna be like this. Let's create the type right here, and then I will be changing the type. So inputs, right? So const, not const, type input is gonna be equals to this. Inside that I will have my title, title. Title will be string. Then I will have my description. Description will be again string. Just like this. Not only description, I have priority. Priority will be either low or it's going to be. Do I have priority type? Priority. Turns out I don't have that, so either it can be either low or medium, or it can be high. high, and that is it. Description can be optional. Okay, so this is the input type that I have, and I can give it to this particular use form, a generic type. And right now this is okay. What is the next thing that I can do? The next thing is that I have to get the values and all. For getting the values, which is the method handle submit is okay for now, and I can create a function called onSubmit first of all, and that will be, the type of it is going to be submit handler. It will be taking the type inputs, and that's it. It will be giving the data and all. So let's copy this thing, not even copy, let's write the things on or on. So I will have something called handle create to do, not handle submit, or maybe on submit, and it will be taking some type of it. So the type is going to be submit handler, and over here it will be getting the input type as well, and then inside this I will get my data. Once I got my data, then I don't have to give it the type as well, because I have already given everything over here. So this is the submit handler, and the type, the data that it will be getting, that is the input type, so I don't need to worry about that. Alrighty, what is the next thing? The next thing is that I'm gonna be going to the washroom and getting freshened up, and then I'll be back. As simple as that. Give me a minute or two, I'll be back. Alrighty, let's continue from here on. The thing is that because of this cold, I'm having to take too many breaks. Sorry for that, but I'll keep in mind that I'll try to get like cure myself as soon as possible. Then I won't have to take these many breaks. As simple as that. Okay, but for now, excuse me, and let's continue. Oh. Okay, so here we are. I was getting this particular thing. I was getting the form state errors. I got use form input. What is the next thing that I have to do? First of all, I have to register the inputs, right? And how do we register the inputs? We register the inputs like this: dot 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 register, and then and I can make it required true as well. Interesting. I can make it required true. I can make it optional. By default, that is optional. So name and required true and all. And that is interesting. Let's do that. So first of all, this is the input that I have. Type, text ID, placeholder and all. Okay, and what I'll be doing just here at the end, dot 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 register, and when I'm registering, I'll give it the name. Name will be not just like that. It will be taking an object or something, or can I give it directly? It will be getting directly, and then it can have another object. So name will be title, and required is going to be true. As simple as that. This is the first thing. The next thing is the description. So over here, dot register, and name is gonna be description, and not, it will be optional. So let's make it just like this, and then I have this priority. How do we do this over here? I will have these messages to under those input values. That's okay. And there's an input box that will have default value. That's fine too. And not only that, when it comes to a selector, so register gender. Okay, ultimately I will be selecting. I will be getting the values and all from here. And that is it. Anything else? I can give it the validation related stuff, that it should be minimum 18, max 99, something like this. This is actually a good stuff. I can get it done right here. But even before that, let's give it a registered, and that's gonna be priority. So just here, maybe in the select section I have to give it. Yeah, that's right. So maybe just here in this particular element, dot dot dot, and register, and that's gonna be priority. So this much I've done over here. So ultimately I'm getting all the values. Once I'm getting all the values, I can even add validation over here. Required minimum. So required is the validation minimum, max, min length, max length, pattern, and validate. Okay, so required max length is 20. So as for the name, I can set the things over here. Interesting. And then description, pattern should be this, minimum, maximum. I will be setting it at the end, not now. I will be checking whether these things work and all. And not only that, integrating with the UI libraries. First name, scheme, select field, option. Which UI library is this? React hook form has made it easy to integrate with the external libraries components. If component doesn't expose inputs, then you should control the components which will take care of the registration process. Alrighty, most of the time input elements are shown. If it doesn't show the input elements, then you can get the things done like this. For other libraries, you know, right now this is fine. And overall things are great. Let's continue from here on. And after this, I can get all my data. Once I got my data, let's do one thing, make it give it a type. Type will be called submit over here. Type is gonna be submit, and this button will have type of just a button. That is a simple thing. And not only that, once all these things are done, I have registered all the values and all. I will even be showing the input and error if I get any error. So for rendering the error, what I can do that it will actually be like this. Where is that? Errors dot example example required. If that exists, in that case I have to just show this particular thing. Let's copy it, and just below this particular input, if I get any error, in that case I have to show that error too. But errors dot what? Errors dot title. If I have that, only then I will be said this field is required. Ultimately, title is required. Title is required. If I get the error, and just below this text area, errors dot text area, and what does this text area contain? Dot what? Nothing else. Never mind. I'll just simply render span that will be saying that error in the text area. That's it for now. Span error in text area. Later I will be just making it even better, but for now this should be fine. Let's make it end just like this. Errors text area. Text area does not exist or what? Oh, that is description actually, not error in description. As simple as that. So this thing is done. Let's copy the whole thing from here, and the next one is gonna be the priority. So error in priority. If priority, Control C and Control V. Okay, right now I'm just simply rendering this much. Later I will be adding more things and all, and that should be fine. By the way, let me check that are there more inputs over here. That simply means that if I want to know what, if I want to know errors, right? So Control F, errors dot at where all I have it. So errors example, first name, this is required. Okay, errors dot first name. So if error exists, then I will be getting the message as well. So error dot first name dot message. So I don't need to provide the message from my own side, right? And that is what I wanted. And errors dot mail dot message, role alert. Actually I wanted just only this thing, that I don't have to render the message like this. Rather what I want, that if error dot title exists, in that case I have to show what? I have to show errors dot title dot message. That's it. And this is going to be copied and pasted for all. Like even here, if a description error exists, in that case errors dot description dot what? Error dot description dot message. That's it. Similarly over here, if priority error exists, in that case errors dot priority dot message. Done. So this thing is also done. Then there are just buttons and all. That's it. Okay, this much I've done. What is the next thing? The next thing is that on form I have something called on submit. On submit I will be handling it using handle submit, and this will take on submit function that I have. As simple as that. And inside this I will be getting my data. So what I want, that I want to just simply log the data that I'm getting from here. That's simple. And as soon as that is done, on submit is done, I will be setting set is adding, that's gonna be false. And not only that, I have to reset my form. And reset, let's try that thing out. Do I have something called reset over here? So from use form I'm getting reset, and I have to just call that function, that reset function, and it will reset the form. Okay, by the way, I have to just call it here. By the way, let's go with this much and see the result. Here I am. Reload the page. Click on add. Here I got the inputs and all. Let's add this. Let's add this. Priority is gonna be high. Let's create to do. And this time F12 console, and I got an object. That object had description, priority, and title. It has everything. And if I go to my form, not getting those values now. Enter. Medium, create to do. Okay, I'm getting this. And if I click on add to do, okay, that's gone. Interesting. Priority is undefined. That's great. I have to make it required. By the way, priority should be required. So when I go to priority over here, this is the priority section, and over here I have to say that this is the validation that I'm adding at the end of the day. Required is going to be true over here. And not only that, if I don't make it disappear, suppose I'm making it disappear over here, I'm doing this thing, is adding false. If I don't do that, let's see what's gonna happen in that case. Reload the page, add this, enter the values and all. Let's add like this. I'm just simply getting the error, and they're simply saying that add it. Why is that not being if I simply click on add, why am I not getting any message? Span error, right? Let's make it a class name bg red 500 or something. It's okay, but I should be getting some kind of error here that I'm not getting. Let's go with this span bg red, and there is nothing inside that, inside this particular span. Okay. Reload the page. Right click on this first of all. Let's go to this, and right now I don't have any span, but as soon as I click on this, I get the span, but I don't have any message inside this span. Interesting. Errors.title.message. This is how I get the error, right? If I made it required, I wanna check this thing out, that this errors that I'm getting over here from form state, what is that all about? CLG errors, and let's see. Console, reload the page again, click on this, create to do. Two things are required, so I'm getting this. So message, there is no message. Why? It's like type is required, ref is name, and there is no message at all. Okay, so what can I do? They need to have some message, but they are not having any message. That's great. So a register, let's check this register thing better. Control F, register. Register age, input is gonna be register is gonna be equals to register. That's right. I'll be giving it the label and required. Mirrors.as.message. It does not have any message by default. This is how we can give it the extra value, right? Let's try it. And over here, register title required true. Instead of this thing, title is required. And same over here, true. Priority is required. As simple as that. Now let's check this thing out. Enter. Now I'm getting title is required. Great. It looks really bad. Sorry for that. Let's try to design it better. And if I want to design it better, let's get rid of this thing. And this time, this BG red is crazy. Text red 300 around. Not bad. Make it 400 around. Title is required. If I just enter the title to, then create or reload the page first of all. I get it, title is required. Now what? Priority is required, but I'm not getting priorities. Okay, I'm getting priority is required. It's just that that does not have any color and all. So let's even give it some color. Priority span, class name, text is gonna be red 400 or something. And let's try this thing out right now. Priority is required. So if I remove the title, both of them are required. Priority is required, title is required. Let's enter the value of the title. Enter description, that is not even required. I can skip that. Priority I will have to enter, and then create to do. To do is created, and I have entered priority. Yeah. What is the problem now? This create. Priority is still required. Are you crazy? Okay. Maybe when it comes to this priority, so iter.priority and errors.priority.message, I'm already getting that, but I need to watch it too. That means I have to give it some value, if I'm not wrong. So when it comes to watch, so how is that watch used? WATCH watch. So how do we use watch here? Just only 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on here, I have to look for this only. Where is the fourth one? Do I have watch here? Somewhere. I have 7 inputs here. 1, 2, 3. Where are the other ones? Okay, why am I even not getting that? Control inputs. Interesting. How can I use watch to watch the inputs? They will make me explore the whole documentation. That's crazy. It's even over. Schema validation. I need to write the schema validation too. But before that, this resolver, I can get it done, not a problem. Mm, how do I use watch? They have given just only one thing, that is this watch keyword, and this watch simply I can watch that particular value, right? Create here input value by passing the name of it. Say here, let's try to do that. CLG, I wanna watch what I wanna watch. I wanna watch title this time. Compilation skipped use of incompatible library API returns function cannot be memorized without whatever what I will say. And let's click on this, go here, and reload the page. Click on this, undefined, enter, undefined. Wow, I'm actually able to watch it. Interesting. Medium, and let's watch priority this time. Priority. Okay, and reload the page. This undefined, great. Set medium, created high. Title is required. Medium, low. Form.tsx. Priority, I'm not able to do that. Priority, I'm not able to watch you. But never mind, let's get rid of this. I will be even doing that thing that I will remove this thing from here. But the thing is that priority is required. I have made priority required. But why don't I get any error if that is not added? It's like submitted, that is not getting submitted. Reload the page. Alrighty, right now priority is undefined, and if I don't send any priority, that will be what, medium by default. But if I want to make priority required, then Control F, select, okay, this is the first one. I have select over here, registered gender, select forward, select name, ref on change blur, register age, I'm not sure if I can make it. Control C and paste it over here. Question: how to make priority required and get the error if that's not present, you know. To make priority required but show any error, you don't register directly or controller. So I get it from reactor form only. To make priority required and show an error, don't use register directly. Shared CN UI, select wrap it with a hook form controller, shared CN form field, and shared CN form field, and add required those validation. This is recommended pattern because it is shared CN. selector isn't a native input and its own value change wired to the field on change. Control name priority, control required priority is required. Okay, let's do one thing. First of all, validate the data that I get from here. And how can I do that? For that thing, I'll have to create a validation, schema validation. First one is this, that I need my resolvers for it. So that's gonna be resolvers dot. And once I have this, npm install hook form resolvers and yup. I'm using yup over here. And what I need to use Zod. But okay, I can go with yup as well, not a big problem. And I have to provide this resolver over here, yup resolver schema. That's it. It is just like that. So far I've been using Zod, so it's time to use yup as a resolver. So let's even do that. And is there any controller type something? Controller. Well, I'm getting it from React form itself, and it turns out that I have it at many places, but how am I using that? Controller, okay, this is where I am. In controller name, controller field, then I have this as well. Controller, this is insane. Controller required field checkbox. Alrighty, let's use the yup. What is schema validation? This is the most important thing. As for the other things, I have quick start over here. I have React web video tutorial, not needed. Register fields, apply validation, integrate an existing form, integrate with UI libraries, integrating controlled inputs, integrating with global state, handling errors. This is how I handle the errors and all. And lastly, I have integrated with services, where I can actually integrate with what? No idea. Lastly, I have integrated schema, like I will be adding the schema over here, and that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. The last time I used Zod, this time I'm gonna be using yup over here for the first time. So why not import it directly? Well, the quality of the water is not good, but never mind. What time is it? It's 12:43. Okay, let's keep working on it for around 15 minutes or more, and then I'll leave it. This watch is not required here, and as for this either, I'm already using that, and the remaining things are gonna be here. First of all, inside this I need to have two things, right? When it comes to using this, so first of all, inside this I need to have the resolver, and I'll be using yup resolver and this schema. And as for this schema, I will be creating it like this. Okay, so let's do that. So resolver, just like this, and I will have my schema, and inside this I will get the schema. And the thing is that I have that directly I have it inside an object, and then yup resolver. Okay, so let's have an object over here, resolver, and inside this I have yup resolver because I have even a resolver, yup resolver. Turns out I will have to import it. This yup resolver, where am I importing it from? Yup resolver comes from this particular section. Okay, yup resolver, and let's try to import it. Can't really import it directly. Let's import it here. Let's get rid of these. Import yup resolver. Not working directly, never mind. Let's copy it, Control C, and paste it here. And once I have this particular thing, then I need to have my yup for creating. I will import everything as yup, and then I will create my schema. So let's even do that. Let's keep it on the left side, let's keep it on the right side. Let's go to validation. Inside that I will create to do validation, validation.js, and inside this const schema is going to be, and even I can say to do schema rather, and I will be exporting it from here. So export const to do schema, and that's going to be yup. That I don't have, that means I have to import it. Import everything as yup, and from where I have to import it from yup by up. For the first time I'm using this library for the validation. Let's see how it's gonna be working. To do schema, and then the simple thing is that first of all I need to have an object. Do I need to have an object? Turns out yes, I need to have an object. Yeah, that's fine. Yup dot object. That is not yup, that should be yup. So yup dot object. Inside this object I will have two things. I will have my title, and yup dot that will be string type, and that will be required too. So required, I'm giving it the schema, so it will be validating on the basis of that. Then I will have my description, and yup dot string. First of all, that's gonna be string. Second thing is that that's gonna be optional, and for optional I do have optional over here. Let's make it optional. I haven't even made it that required, that's okay. And I have something called a priority, and priority yup dot first of all it's gonna be a string, or rather I can say enum. Do I have enum here? I don't know, I'll have to look for that. Let's make it a string for now, and enum. We don't have enum here, and it's definitely going to be required, just like this. And by default I'll be giving medium here. It is just the type, that's not needed. So this much is done. Anything else? Nothing. I can give it the message, and that's gonna be priority is required. That is it. Similarly over here title is required. I can give it the message title is required, just like this. So ultimately my schema is ready. I'm exporting it from here. So once I'm exporting it from here, so here I can just simply use my to do schema. That's it. And what is the problem? Input is not assignable to title. Input is not assignable. Title string. Input is not assignable to type title string and undefined priority string. Input, what is the difference between the schema that I have created? Let's go here. I have my input. Come on here, where am I getting this input from? This is the input type that I have created, and I'm using something else over here. This is the input type. Come on, and I'm using the same one, right? That's not the same. Input do I have here at the top? Turns out yes, I have UI library. So that was the library that was being used. Input types. Control C, and let's use input types over here. And right now still I'm getting here. Okay, that's fine. Title, description, that is optional, and then priority. And what is the problem over here? The thing is that it is simply saying description is optional in type input types but required in type title this undefined. This property description is optional in the type inputs, yeah, but required in the type title description string and priority string. Todo schema, I made it optional here as well. What is the issue with this? The simple thing, Control Shift T. Let's get that back. I have to give it some default values as well. So by default values are gonna be title, that's gonna be empty string, and description, that's also gonna be empty string, and priority, that's gonna be medium by default. Still not happy, even if I have given it the default values and all. It can either be string or undefined. To-do schema, let's not make it optional. Still getting that. Okay. Input schema, if I remove this thing from here, then input types not satisfied. What is the reason behind this? Steady state action boolean, this resolver, string or undefined is not assignable to type string, undefined is not assignable to this. Okay, and resolver title string undefined, title string, description string or undefined. Why? Priority is a string, because title is description is not required, that can be undefined too. And that's right, I get it. But I'm simply making that input type is gonna be optional over here. And let's do one thing, let's make it undefined as well. If I'm getting it, so I'm gonna be hiding it here too. So once I've made it undefined, so from here if I make it optional, what is the problem with this? Still resolver needs it. Use form. Okay, let's do one thing, let's copy the priority description is optional in type inputs, yeah, that's right, but required in title string, description string or undefined in this. Yep, resolver. This is the resolver that I have, and inside that resolver, to do validation, description, string, need to have string over there anyhow. Let's do one thing. Where is the error? This is the one. Copy it all and paste it. As simple as that. I'm gonna check exactly what the reason behind it. Control C, V, paste it here. Resort resolver, schema, title, description undefined, and priority undefined. First of all, I'm not using Zod resolver, rather I'm using Jump resolver right now. It can be either string or it can be undefined. What is the problem right now? To do schema, it is optional. You have not string. String is not assignable to. Wow, new era. String is not a low. This. Okay, and in that case, I will have enum inside this to do schema. And let's search yup right now. YUP yup validator validation with yup validation. Okay, let's click on this one. Zone in beta. I think well, it has lots of. This is decreasing slowly. That is insane. But okay, yeah, this is my first time, so I'm gonna be using this. Does it have something called enum? It does not have that. Wow. In that case, of course, I can infer the type. That's okay. Great job. But they are not giving me enum. Okay, so there is a property called one-off here, and that is used for enum as const. That cannot be changed. Control C. There are many other things like string default, variable. So I'd better go through each and everything, but overall the thing that I needed, that is here, that dot one-off is going to be low or medium or high, just like this. And if this is like this, then I'm not even gonna be making it a string right now. This is just gonna be one of them. So let's use it like this. Come on, I'm not here. Medium. I will be keeping it at the right place, but let's write it first of all. High, and then I have to remove it from here. Control X, and let's keep it here. string from here. If I want to use one off, I'm gonna have something called mixed. Oh, not that. Any present value is not assignable to this. At least something else. Great. Todo validation. Am I still getting the same? Okay, any present value, right? This is the input type that I have. Types are gonna be infer type from what? How do we infer the types? Like this maybe. Todo schema. Not sure. Let's check this thing out too. Infer the types. Infer type of person schema. So yup dot infer type. Okay, great. So it is going to be like yup, but I have to import over here. So import everything as yup from yup, and yup dot infer type, and type of what? Type of Todo schema. Okay. Once I got the types here again, and then what is this? Property description is optional in type. This title priority is any present value, but required in title. Can I use dot directly over here? It is optional here. What is the type I'm getting over here if I just infer the types directly? It is optional in any present value. That's right. So Todo schema that I'm getting, that is the same, and once I have this resolver, property description is optional in type. Yeah, that's optional, but required in title string description. That's what I'm doing, man. Mixed of these things, okay. Not required or optional. To do form values, info type, to do schema, to do form values, fine. And then I'm getting the input types over here. How is it inferring the value? Infer, where am I getting it from? I'm getting it from yup itself, type. So let's import it directly. So either I import it directly or I can get it yup.info type. That's the same type of to do schema. That's what I'm giving here. Type of to do schema info type, and then yup resolver to do schema resolver. That's still the same. Let's try this thing as well. Input types. Okay.
the output without the false transformation option fetch input round can default. For example, allows the default output becomes required after passing sort case equals to lower sign gun.
The dot replacement used to that format. Alright everybody, so I will be continuing from here on. I have some work, so I'll have to go. I would not go, but I have to get that done. So it will take around half an hour or something, then I'll be back. Around it may take 1 hour. After that I'll be back and I'll continue from here on. So that was it for now. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Take care.